Welcome back everyone to the Town Hall 14. But today we won't be doing much progress, I just will show you what we do have done. But I want to address a comment that I got on one of our videos with the upgrading Teslas. So I got a comment from WOP, W-O-P, ended up asking me why I don't use Sneaky Goblins. And I think it was best to address it on a video. So with me being in Legends League, you lose no loot. You get 8 attacks a day and you get a set amount of loot every single time. So I'm always profiting. Not saying that if you're not in Legends League you cannot profit, but I get one set of loot all the time, every day, consistently, and I do not lose any loot. So I don't have to worry about me attacking and then getting a defense and losing loot that I made for the day. I do not have to worry about that at all. The loot that is in Legends League is set, so I attack sometimes mainly all 15s, I get a couple 14s here and there, but the loot is always the same. Sometimes the loot is a little lower because I'm hitting a 14, and if I'm hitting a 15, which happens 99% of the time, I get the Tower 15 loot, which is, I believe, what, close to a lot. It's a lot of loot. It's a lot of loot most of the time. Yeah, so I get a little bit over that, or sometimes that. And reason being why I don't use Sneaky Goblins, not saying that I hate Sneaky Goblins, I use Sneaky Goblins all the time, is that I do not mainly use Mass Sneaky Goblins. Because for me, if I wanted to just use Mass Sneaky Goblins, I would just drop out the Legends League and farm, and I would still get the same amount of loot if I was in Legends League or more. Because with me, I want to use armies and just test out how I can two-star Town 15 with army won't normally use. I don't use Valkyries at Town Hall 14, or most of the time you just see Valkyries at Town Hall 9 if so much. Witches and dragons, those are the armies you see at 9, 7. 7 you see dragons, Town 9 you see witches. You won't see Valkyries. So I'm mainly testing myself to see how I can two-star Town 15, and I'm not using CC Troop, so I want to practice my ability to do that. But I'm still able to get all loot. So, not saying I hate Sneaky Goblins, I enjoy Sneaky Goblins. I can use Sneaky Goblins to start Town 15 in war if I need to. But I technically do not need to use Sneaky Goblins. Hopefully this makes sense. I know it's difficult for a lot of players just use Sneaky Goblins, and I understand. I have done the same thing. I just haven't showed it in videos. I've done the same thing. But for me right now, with all the loot I have, I just basically, I boosted Sneaky Goblins too because Citadel is going to be coming around the corner. I just boosted Sneaky Goblins because I will use them for armies that I generally use. Like Blizzard Lalo, the top 15s, hybrid. Like, it's so different for me as a player because yes, I would use Sneaky Goblins, and if you want me to use Sneaky Goblins again, comment down below, let me know. I will use Master Goblins and show you that I can do the same thing. But I technically do not need to use Sneaky Goblins, just the state I am in, almost being close to getting a max 14, and it's easy for me to farm. I do my 8 attacks, I don't have to worry at all about losing loot. I'm always profiting. My Darklet storage is always full. And I'm not saying that you cannot profit by boosting Sneaky Goblins and support breakers, because you can. You can. But I don't have to worry about farming every single day, like consistently doing ton of attacks. I just do my 8. Hop in, yes, you can see that I do 1 star and I do 0 star a lot. But I'm still getting loot. I'm still taking all the loot, even for this one. I'm taking all the loot. Even if I have to go around the base, because majority of the Town Halls that I'm hitting are 15. A majority of the time there are war style bases like close to, and 50% of the time all the storage is on the outside. So yes, I do use a stronger army, which will be like a clean charge. I do use a little bit of a stronger army, but I'm still taking the storages on the outside and getting all the loot. So I do sympathize with you, WAP. Yes, I do. I understand why you asked why I don't use Sneaky Goblins. And yeah, sometimes I want to use them. But for the situation that I am in, I currently do not need to use Sneaky Goblins. I think using Sneaky Goblins at like the start of any town hall is great. I think that's like a good starting point, especially if you're now starting brand new upgrades, like for Town Hall 13, Town Hall 14. Those are where upgrades really get expensive. You can sacrifice the amount of dark lit to boost sneak goblins and support breakers to farm, because I think that's a good place to start. You need a lot of loot out of short amount of time to upgrade your big ticket defenses. So yes, I do understand why you asked that question, but like I said, for this situation that I am in, max heroes already, dark elixirs only goes into pets. I would use some goblins, but the situation that I am in, I currently do not need to use sneak goblins. And it's mainly a lot of practice for me as well, because I'm using a weaker army, small sense, and I am practicing more queen charges, armies that you wouldn't see attacking the top 15 or even use at 14, 12, or even 13 to be exact. But I don't need to use them because I'm in a good state. Farming with this account, I have grinding through the laboratory, almost done with the laboratory. Pet house is still going on, so all my dark elixirs just goes into the pet house. And like I said, I still over profit. I over profit 90% of the time. I over profit most of the time. So like when I finish do this upgrade and I do my 8 Legends E hits, I have all the loot again to do the next level till I even need to do till this lot is even done. I already had the dark elixir already. I literally just had the max dark elixir and I boosted the sneaky goblins. You can see I just boosting sneaky goblins. I just wanted to dump some dark elixir. I can do more upgrades. So I get the same results using any other army that I have. Valkyries, Blizzard Lalo, Queen Charge Lalo. So you can see Sneaky Goblins in this here as well. Electron Lalo I use. So I use every single arm you see here to top 15s. And I can still get the same loot by using that army or using Sneaky Goblins. So I do not hate using Sneaky Goblins. I love Sneaky Goblins all the time. They're like one of the best versatile troops you can use. But for me, I currently do not need to use Massy Goblins because it's mainly like a lot of practice for me hitting 14s and 15s. Yes, I wouldn't generally use Massy Goblins in war, but you can still 2-star with them. It's just the situation that you're in. If you want to have something quick and easy, Sneaky Goblins are the way to go. I can tell you that for certain. Sneaky Goblins is the way to go, especially if you want something quick and easy, no thought, just have a 1-hour session of farming and do that. But for me, I just have 8 attacks. I don't have to worry about anything mostly. I get on and do 2 attacks, hop back off. I don't have to be on constantly farming. And with 2 of my accounts in Legends League 2, it makes it a little easier. So that's just a small thing. Hopefully that answers question what. If you do have another question to ask me about the goblins as well and you want me to use them, I'm glad to use them. But if you have, like I said, if anyone has any comments, definitely let me know down below and I will answer them, especially if it's 2 sides of a coin. But hopefully that answered your question and anyone's question about me using the goblins in Legends League. I'm happy to use them for sure. I don't mind, but let me know down below and I will answer your question happily. But that's it for me. I'll see you guys when Seed Bell starts.